Hi, welcome to the Calm Burrow. My name is Cheryl and I am so glad you are here to join me today. I was really excited for this month's video. December is just, I just love the holiday season. And it also has been very busy. So I wasn't even sure if I'd have any completed projects for this video. But I do. I have at least 2 sewing projects as well as some crochet projects that I wanted to share with you. So thank you again for being here, and I will share those things with you. I finished the brown Chanterelle pants, and I'm just loving them. I'm actually wearing them right now. They turned out so well. They're a little bit longer than my blue pair, which I actually like because the fabric, which is a linen rayon blend, tends to shrink up a bit when I wash it and then kind of relax as I wear them. So I decided to make the brown pair just a little bit longer, so when it does shrink up, I don't have to stretch the fabric out a little bit before it air dries. But I just love them. The other change I made was, instead of folding the cuff under, I folded it up just to give it a different look, and I really like the result that it has. Oh, I just want to talk real quick about the shirt that I'm wearing right now. This was another item that I made earlier this year. This is the Nocturne top. It's actually a pajama top, but I just made it out of a cream color cotton, and I really enjoy just wearing it as a top, everyday top. Although this outfit of the Nocturne top and the Chanterelle pants definitely feels very comfortable, like I could be wearing pajamas. So I like that. The other sewing item that I finished was the Hinterland dress. And that was one of the items I wasn't sure I was going to finish. It's not a complicated dress at all. It was just finding the time. But I am very happy with the way it turned out. And I don't know if you can tell what kind of green it is. It's an olive green, but it's not too yellowy. It's more of like a cool-based olive, which I really like. And I'm just so happy with the So Liberated patterns and their attention to detail, because they're the bias binding that they often use for necklines and around armholes. You can see that it just makes it really strong. And my sewing, I always get a little messy in areas that you can't see, but it looks good from the front. But it just makes the pieces so strong. One of the things I was a little nervous about doing was darts, and they were pretty easy. You just have to take your time. I don't know, it's hard to see on here, but they were really straightforward, and the directions they had made it fairly easy. And this has inseam pockets, again, very straightforward. The part I struggled with the most was actually these gathers. And that's because I basically did it the most difficult way you can. So Liberated actually offers a gathering video on their YouTube channel. So it's free. Anyone can watch it for, any gathering project. I had forgotten they had made the video until I had already sewn in the 2 lines of gathering threads and was already starting. And I remembered they had the video, so I watched it while I was gathering, and I could have redone it, but I was already started. I was a little stubborn. I just wanted to do it. But I learned in the video that linen is one of the harder fabrics to gather. And so what I had done was I started in the back and sewed my 2 lines of gathering threads all the way around back to the back. And it was very hard to gather. In fact, over the seams, it's hardly gathered at all because it's just difficult to gather over seams. And then this fabric just makes it harder. I don't mind. You can't really tell on this, or maybe you can tell on the sides, but I can't really tell. But you could see like some of these little puckers. It was really challenging. So what I would do different instead is break it up. So have gathering threads on the front and a separate set on the back. And to make it even easier, you could do it in quadrants. So maybe like this section gather, and then this section and 2 in the back. And for more tougher, because this is a good quality linen. So for tougher fabrics like this, or even like this kind of cotton, this was a shorter area, so it was a little bit easier when I did this one. But going all the way around a skirt, it might be easier to break it up and then just gather each section and then just make sure that they, meet in the middle and it's a nice even gather all around. But I did it. I got it done and I absolutely love it. It's a nice, I don't know if I want to say hardy dress, but it's definitely, I could tell it's going to last a long time. So I will definitely show myself wearing this. I have also been working on something I showed, I think it was a couple of videos ago, or maybe it was the last video, but it was a knitted scarf. I am still working on it. I'm a very slow knitter. This is the one I had contemplated making a sweater, but that just wasn't going to happen. So this is my progress so far. And it's definitely a learning piece. I love this yarn. It's really pretty. It's definitely a learning piece when it comes to tension. Anytime I drop stitches, I've been teaching myself how to pick them up. Let's see, there's some other little random mistakes, but if they aren't the kind that unravel, I just leave them. Because usually I find them way down and it's a little too late. So I would like to make this longer, but so far I'm really liking the kind of this nice bulky. I think that this will look really good once it's done. So I was hoping to have it done by this video, but that's okay. I think I'm I'm telling myself that things don't have to be finished before a video, just show progress, and that's okay. So, but I love the colors. I feel like it's just gonna go with everything. And it's just, I believe it's just like stockinette stitch. So it's, nothing fancy. It's a learning piece. It curls on all edges, but once it's on, it looks really cool. So I will keep working on this. Yeah. So because I didn't make a sweater, I was still just kind of craving making a sweater. I wanted something that was just very cute, kind of cropped, specifically to wear with the Hinterland dress. So I went onto Pinterest just to get inspiration, and I have a Pinterest board of all granny square sweaters and sweater vests, and it just reminded me how much I love that look. So I'm using several for inspiration. So I've been making my own little granny squares, and I'm making them with the yarn. I don't have it here, but it's the same yarn I made one of my socks out of. And I know there's messy ends I'm gonna have to weave in. I recently learned how to weave these in as you go. So I'm gonna do that from now on. But each square, it's just the traditional granny square. And I am just making as many as I can. I think I need to make, maybe around 32. And then I have a whole nother stack that I have been working on. And so I think for a cropped version, I won't need as many as if I did like a waist. So I don't know, I have to see how many I actually need. I'll have to lay these out and see. But then I also want to use instead of just joining them right next to each other, I want to do almost like a lace style join. I actually saw on a YouTube video of how to join granny squares with this lace technique. And I either might do it in this cream or maybe a dark brown. But this has been my crochet project for this month. And it's that reminder of how much I love doing granny squares. And it's a great travel project because I can just work on one and go. So it's simple, time consuming though, but it's also fun and relaxing. So I think I would love this to be done by my January video. But like I said, it's okay to just show progress too. So I'm excited to work on that and get that done. So for handmade gifts, I just made gifts for 2 people this year, my sister and my niece. My niece she has been working on her big girl room and she wants it to be very modern. She's also at that age where handmade things, I don't know if she's gonna love it or not. So I decided to sort of play it safe and just crochet her a pillow as opposed to something she can wear. Because sometimes she doesn't even want to put on a jacket, even though it's cold out, let alone a scarf or hat. So I made her a pillow for her room, and she wants a very modern theme in her room. So I did a very simple pillow. I actually already had a pillow insert from a project I never finished years ago. So inside is just a simple little polyester fill pillow, so it is washable. I found the softest yarn I could possibly find, and I will put that in the description. And I did it very simple because I wanted it to look modern as opposed to really cute handmade. So I just did a double crochet, and then the back is a dark gray, exactly the same. And then I just did a single crochet border all the way around the edges. And of course it's neater on the top, a little messier on the sides. I always struggle with that. So she might want this side to be the one that's showing, but it is so soft, and the yarn, everything is washable, dryable. So I'm hoping she will like it, but she does love soft things. So that will be for my niece. Then for my sister, I really wanted to make her a scarf. I've made her lots of scarves over the years, and I think the same person who I mentioned before that did a crochet video, she also recently did a video. It was called something like crocheting the Sophie scarf, or crocheting a crochet version of this Sophie scarf. If you are a knitter, the Sophie scarf is a you probably know it's a thinner, more narrow scarf, wraps around once or twice in ties, and it's a lot smaller than a traditional scarf, and it's very cute. I've been eyeing it, and so when I saw this video on how to do a crochet version, I thought, oh, that would be perfect, because that's something different that I've never made for my sister before. So, like with my niece, I found the softest yarn I possibly could. I have it all rolled up, but just to show you the texture. And again, it's a totally washable, dryable yarn. And I haven't weaved in the ends yet. I got to do that. But it starts out where you basically just start with one stitch, and then you slowly increase. So it's like an increase row, and then 3 rows of regular stitch, increase row, 3 rows of regular stitch, and you just keep going until you get to the width that you want. And so for this scarf, I just did it to 13 stitches wide, which I thought was a perfect like neck width or height. And the yarn I used was actually, I thought it would be a little bit more ombre, but I just decided to switch colors right here. I wouldn't, if I were doing this with 2 colors, I wouldn't do that, but I would just restart at the edge of the row. But it's okay. It's a scarf, and once it's wrapped around, you can't really tell. And then it just goes down. And again, you can see it was a very abrupt transition, but that's okay. And so it keeps going. And so you wear them, I think you can wear it any way you want. I think they're designed to come around the front, and then you wrap it around the back, and then you can just give it a little tie. You can put it to the side or however you want to wear it. And I like how like minimalistic it is, as opposed to a big bulky scarf, because sometimes you just want to keep your neck warm and you don't necessarily want all that big bulk. So I'm already thinking of making myself one as well, but I'll wait until probably after the new year to do that. But I think the colors are nice. This color was called, I think, latte. So I'm calling this the latte scarf. But I think that my sister will like this because, again, with her just lifestyle and job, something that is easy to put on, she can move around and do whatever she wants. and it's not going to be like a big bulky scarf that's always getting in the way. So I think this is actually going to be very practical for her. So I was happy with it. I was happy that there was a crochet version out there. And the stitch I used, you can do any stitch because it's really based on measurements. So I actually did an extended single crochet because that tends to lay a little flatter, and then you get this really nice like drape with it, as opposed to a single crochet might be a little stiffer, but you can do really any stitch. So that's that one. And I will link the video for the instructions below. So for future projects, I'm actually thinking of making another Hinterland dress. I love the style and I just love the ease of it. And I went to IKEA recently and they had a new duvet cover that is a linen cotton blend. And it's a dark charcoal gray. And this is the color and the type of blend of fabric that I have been looking for. And I've made things from IKEA duvets before and they've turned out really well. So I'm thinking of doing that possibly as a January, maybe into February project. So we will see. As far as other future projects, other than finishing what I am working on, so that granny square vest, I will continue. I actually just want to get some new inspiration for the new year. So if you have a pattern that you absolutely love, I would love to hear about it. So let me know in the comments. I would also love to branch out from So Liberated patterns. I've been absolutely loving them, but I would definitely love to try some other like independent companies and see how their patterns are. So let me know what your favorite is. I would love to get some inspiration. And I just want to thank you all for being here and spending this time with me. And I hope that you have an amazing holiday season. And I hope that you can find little moments of calm in your days. All right, thank you so much. Bye.